So that song, at this table, everyone is welcome. At this table, everybody cares. At this table, everybody matters. And pull up a chair. Wouldn't it be nice if every table had this energy, right? I mean, it's probably, well, we just know that it probably isn't so in many places. So what I do when I hear this song and think about how the folks that maybe don't have this at this table where people matter and care and there's no judgment and they can say whatever, I just keep giving thanks. I give thanks knowing that Spirit is guiding all people to that place of peace, understanding, and kindness, right? So I just stay in that prayer space because it's all about the gratitude. So obviously, you all know that Thanksgiving week is now, and we're in that space of Thanksgiving. So who knows what year that Thanksgiving first became a national holiday?
Tell us.
Well, I told you last year. I was just trying to see if there was anybody who took notes and brought them today. Not Sandy, huh? So it's an easy one to remember if you would think 1, 7, 8, 9. So if you can go 1, and then it's the sequence, 7, 8, 9. So that year, 1789, was the first holiday. And who was the person who started it officially as a national holiday?
Lincoln.
Who?
Was it Lincoln?
Not in 1789. Well, let's try President George Washington. So I'm going to share with you, in 1789, President George Washington introduced the first National Day of Thanksgiving and prayer to be devoted to the services of that great and glorious being who is the beneficent author of all the good that was, that is, and that will be, that we may unite in rendering our sincere and humble thanks. And when it became official, because this was the first celebration of the National Day, but it became, quote, official with President Abraham Lincoln. So you had that. There was a Lincoln in there. So it's pretty awesome that 2 of our greatest presidents were all about that Thanksgiving. Now, I'm not going to get into the history of Thanksgiving. You can Google it, because what we are told in school is not the story. I told it last year, but I'm choosing not to. I'm just giving you an invitation when you have some time to Google it and learn more about what the real picture of Thanksgiving was that we weren't taught. So, Thanksgiving is one day, one official holiday. And I just have trouble with that there's only one day where we're to be grateful and thankful. You know, that one day of Thanksgiving, why don't we change it to every day, and then we can call it Thanks-living. Thanks-living every single day. And I love this quote by Paramahansa Yogananda. He says, every day should be a day of thanksgiving for the gifts of life, the sunshine, water, and the luscious fruits and greens that are indirect gifts from the great giver. The all-sufficient one does not need our thanks, however heartfelt. But when we are grateful, our attention is concentrated for the highest benefit upon the great source of all supply. And what's really cool is the co-founder of Unity, Myrtle Fillmore, believes and says the same thing. She calls gratitude and thanksgiving the qualities of the soul. And she says, the practice of thanksgiving should be observed in the home every day of the year, not just on a national holiday. So how many of you are in favor of Thanks-living? Yeah. not one day, because that's just ridiculous in my mind. But I get that we have to have turkey and stuffing and cranberries and, a day of feasting. So giving thanks every day is the key to a good life, right? It really is just that. And most of you probably know Meister Eckhart's quote, "If the only prayer you say in your whole life is thank you, it would be enough." It would be enough, right? So it's just in that gratitude. You don't have to do any other prayers. It's just gratitude. And I personally have gratitude as my only prayer. No matter what it looks like, it's always a gratitude to give thanks. And Jesus, the great metaphysical teacher that he was, and example and way shower, he never, ever asked for anything in prayer. No, he never asked for anything. What he did, his method of prayer was to give thanks. It was to give thanks and then command the law. And which law is that? It's the law of our belief. He believed that it was already done. So he just said thanks, because this is done. And that was his method. So a couple examples of that. First of all, in John 6:11, Jesus then took the loaves, and when he had given thanks, he distributed them to those who were seated. So also the fish, and they had as much as they wanted. The second time that I can give you an example is that Jesus also prays a prayer of thanksgiving at Lazarus' tomb, instead of praying for Lazarus or asking for God to heal him. He just does this, thank you that you've heard me, and I know this, but I'm doing this so that people can see that this is how you do it, right? That's what he was basically showing us. So the only prayer there really is one of gratitude. I'm going to give you the three dimensions of gratitude. There is the gratitude for what has been. What has been? And even though it may not been a fun experience of what has been, it has brought us to today. It has brought us, everything that has happened in my life brought me to right here, right now. So whether I enjoyed it, whether I loved it, whether I understood it, I can still be grateful, because I wouldn't be where I am without every experience that ever was in my life. Excuse me, was I in your way? So what was, we can give that thanks for that which has been. Now we move into the present to give thanks for that which is right here and right now. And that can be challenging because we may not feel grateful for what is, okay? With me? So it's easy to be grateful when you're healthy and vibrant and you're strong and you're just feeling all that good energy in your body, healthfulness. It's easy to be grateful and happy when you are financially secure, when you have more money coming in than going out, and you feel that. It could be very easy to be grateful when you have people that are kind and considerate and cooperative and easy to get along with and loving, right? And then you might be grateful when you are very successful at something, or you get something that you had a desire for, or you completed something. It's easy to be grateful then. The question is, can you be grateful when you get a diagnosis, maybe a life-threatening or ending diagnosis, or a friend or family member gets one? So can you be grateful in that? Can you be grateful if you're feeling insecure financially and that there's definitely more money going out than coming in and wondering where's the bills going to be paid? That could be a challenging time to be grateful. There's the times where you're with maybe somebody or you're experiencing someone who is unkind, mean, judgmental, critical, uncooperative, maybe mean, then can I be grateful in that? And can I be grateful when there's something I was so looking forward to and I really wanted it and I set my sights on it and this was going to happen and then it didn't? Can we be grateful? How do we be grateful in these more challenging situations? And this is when we realize that gratitude is not a feeling. Gratitude is actually a spiritual practice. Gratitude is a spiritual practice. Let's say that together. Gratitude is a spiritual practice. Just like meditation, just like prayer, just like tithing, just like sacred service, gratitude is actually how that becomes a practice is because it's not a feeling, it's a choice, okay? We often associate, when I feel gratitude, that's easy to recognize. I'm feeling the gratitude. But what if I said, okay, I'm not enjoying this, and I'm choosing to be grateful anyway? There is a story in the Bible where Paul is in the most horrendous prison ever, and he says these words, it's somewhat like that. He says, if I had only one thing to learn, it is to be grateful in all situations. And that is a very interesting phrase, to be grateful in. There's a difference between grateful for and grateful in. You can be grateful in it, but you don't have to be grateful for it. Does that make sense? You can change that one preposition to I'm grateful in it, but I'm not grateful for it, because there could be something good. I can't see anything except this moment. I can't see the bigger picture. I can only see the tree instead of the big forest. So in that, it's a choice. I'm having an opportunity to choose to be grateful. And that choice involves the switching, the changing of my perception, okay? That is the key, is shifting my perception, how I see something. Because it's actually our perception of events that is going to bring us peace or pain. Let me say that again. It's our perception of the events that is going to bring us peace or pain. The thing itself is neutral, but how I'm looking at it is what's going to create my feeling state. Yeah? You with that? So I might need to change this in order to have a different experience of it. So this is a great example of being thankful. Be thankful when you don't already have everything you desire. If you did, what would there be to look forward to? Be thankful when you don't know something, because it's going to give you an opportunity to learn. Be thankful for those difficult times. During those times, you get to grow. Be thankful for your limitations, because they give you opportunities for improvement. Be thankful for each new challenge, because it will build your strength and your character. Hey, did you know you can be thankful for your mistakes? Because they're going to teach you lessons. You all made mistakes, right? Did you learn something from them? Yeah. Be thankful when you're tired and weary, because it means you're alive and you've been working and you're making a difference in some way. It's easy to be thankful for the good things. A life of rich fulfillment comes to those who are also grateful for the setbacks. Find a way to be thankful for your troubles, and they can become your blessings, right? So, would you like to know a couple ways that you might be able to shift your perception so that you can be grateful in those challenging places? What's your answer? Yes. All righty. So gratitude is a choice and a spiritual what? So there's actions you can take. The first one, you can go right to spirit It's always a good way to go. And the God self within, help me to see this differently. Help me to see this person differently. Help me to see as you, the divine part of me, sees. And help me to see the good. We can go to the source and ask, help me to see, or thank you for helping me see this differently. Number 2, we can shift our feelings. When you're not feeling grateful, start thinking about the people you appreciate, right? And tell them, because we all have people we appreciate. And if I'm not feeling happy, I can start thinking about people. I can think about Jeannie or Charlotte or Ellie. I can think about Sandy or Sharon. I can think about Karen. I can think about Tom. I can think about you and feel gratitude because I have gratitude for you. And what about telling you that I'm grateful for you? I love this quote by William Arthur Ward. He says, feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. Right? So share that because, and you know, some of you might still send Christmas cards. It's kind of gone by the wayside. But how about sending appreciation cards? What a thought. Maybe 3 a week. You could just send cards and say, I really appreciate you for any number of reasons, just because you're you. Next, you can focus on what you don't have. Does that make sense to you? So if you don't have something, we tend to focus on it. It's just the nature of us. So let's say I don't have financial abundance, so that's my concern. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, every day in the evening, I'm going to write down any money that came my way. I found a penny on the ground. I got $10 today from a rebate. I got whatever. Because when I start focusing on the money that is there, that shifts it. It's very important. Right now in my life, I feel a lack of connection with others because my connection day is Sunday, and the rest of the week I'm by myself. And I feel that, and I'm like, okay, lack of connection. How's that working for you, Liz, when that's your focus? So now I have a practice. At the end of the day, I'm going, oh, I had a conversation with Sandy today. Or I talked to this representative from Allstate. You know, there's some really nice people out there. But I can sit there and go, I had a nice exchange at Trader Joe's. But to start writing down, or I had lunch with Marietta, right? So I can start focusing on the connections I do have. That is definitely going to switch my picture and my feeling. Okay, now the last one is, how many of you have had a gratitude journal, right? Most of us have known that's a positive. Well, I have started a new thought. Spirit gave it to me. Instead of saying I'm grateful for, the words are, I love. I love. To look around and go, I love this piano. I love Carol's playing. I love the chairs in here. I love the lights. I love these decorations. I love these flowers. When I start putting the I love and just looking around, I can switch my energy just like that. The words love, I love, is a powerful, powerful shift. And it's simple because I'm grateful that we have seats. I'm grateful that we aren't having cement on the floor. We have a nice carpet. So I think we need to cue up our video, Miss Jessica. So we have a little video for you that is actually one of my all-time favorites. So we are going to give you an opportunity to see something that I love. Sorry, kids. Sorry, kids. They're very good about hanging out, though. Okay. All right. They're back. You're sort of back. There you go, sweetie. And I'm losing my box here. I think this should be fine. Okay, I'm going to step aside. I'm going to put down. Yeah. All right. Let's see.
I watch TV
Can we turn it up?
It's just some shows that are pretend. And when you explore, you get more imagination than you already had. And when you get more imagination, it makes you want to go deeper in, so you can get more and see beautiful things. Like the path. If it's a path, it could lead you to a beach or something, and it could be beautiful.
You think this is just another day in your life? It's not just another day. It's the one day that is given to you today. It's given to you. It's a gift. It's the only gift that you have right now, and the only appropriate response is gratefulness. If you do nothing else but to cultivate that response to the great gift that this unique day is, if you learn to respond as if it were the first day in your life and the very last day, then you will have spent this day very well. Begin by opening your eyes and be surprised that you have eyes you can open. That incredible array of colors that is constantly offered to us for pure enjoyment. Look at the sky. We so rarely look at the sky. We so rarely note how different it is from moment to moment with clouds coming and going. We just think of the weather, and even of the weather we don't think of all the many nuances of weather. We just think of good weather and bad weather. This day, right now, is unique weather. Maybe a kind that will never exactly in that form come again. The formation of clouds in the sky will never be the same that is right now. Open your eyes, look at that. Look at the faces of people whom you meet. Each one has an incredible story behind their face. A story that you could never fully fathom. Not only their own story, but the story of their ancestors. We all go back so far. And in this present moment, on this day, all the people you meet, all that life from generations and from so many places all over the world, flows together and meets you here like a life-giving water if you only open your heart and drink. Open your heart to the incredible gifts that civilization gives to us. You flip a switch and there is electric light. You turn a faucet and there is warm water and cold water and drinkable water. It's a gift that millions and millions in the world will never experience. So these are just a few of an enormous number of gifts to which we can open your heart. And so I wish you that you will open your heart to all these blessings and let them flow through you. That everyone whom you will meet on this day will be blessed by you. Just by your eyes, by your smile, by your touch, just by your presence. Let the gratefulness overflow into blessing all around you. And then it will really be a good day.
Okay, let's see. So, things to love, things to be grateful for. To remember there is so much to be grateful for. Like my moving this. So, Thanksgiving is just to remember that the only prayer we ever need to say is what? Thank you. And remember that great gratitude is a spiritual practice. Yes. We can be grateful for what was. We can be grateful for what is. And there's one more gratitude, but I'm going to read a little poem. It's a prayer. It's the harvest prayer, and I have some available out in the foyer. So I invite you to close your eyes. This is entitled Harvest Prayer. Please be gentle with yourself and others. We are all children of chance, and none can say why some fields blossom while others lay brown beneath the harvest sun. Take hope that your season will come. Share the joy of those whose season is at hand. Care for those around you. Look past your differences. Their dreams are no less than yours. Their choices in life no more easily made. And give. Give in any way you can. Give in every way you can. Give whatever you possess. Give from your heart. To give is to love. To withhold is to wither. Care less for the size of your harvest than how it is shared. And your life will have meaning, and your heart will have peace. And so it is. So we talked about the past, we talked about the now. There's one more, that is to be grateful for what has not yet happened. We call it affirmative prayer. You'll hear me in the benediction every time. I'm so happy and grateful. I'm so happy and grateful that I have more connection than I've ever had. I'm so happy and grateful for anything that you would love to have. I'm so happy and grateful there's peace on earth. So giving that a positive, like it's already happened, like Jesus did. I'm thankful that this is so. So giving thanks ahead of time for something that hasn't been is the key, because it's demonstrating faith when you thank the universe before it's happened. So being grateful for what has yet to be and what you cannot see. So let us be grateful in all things, in all ways, and so it is.